Today I'm going to show you how to copy and paste your money like Zach King. Let's take that and throw it in there. Now let's copy and paste. And now we just have to make a withdrawal. Double my money. If you want to learn how to do this trick in Filmora9, stick around. I'll show you how.
Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to be part of the conversation.
This video is sponsored by the good people at Filmora, so I'm going to deconstruct this video in a different way than I do sometimes. A lot of creating this effect has to do with setting up your shot and being prepared ahead of time. The first thing I did was I created two separate Microsoft Paint windows, one that was blank and one that had a picture of a $100 bill in it. The most important part of this effect was making sure the $100 bill was the right size on my computer screen, so it looked like I was actually throwing it up there and pulling it back off. All I did was crop down that picture of the $100 bill and paste it into another paint window with a black background. Now I moved that around and got it into the position I want and checked the size against an actual $100 bill until they were the same. Then all I did was right-click on that, copied it, and pasted it back in. I positioned the second $100 bill right underneath the first. Now I had $200 bills right on my screen that were the exact same size as a real $100 bill if I held it up to my computer monitor. Now the sneaky trick I did here was when I pasted those elements in, I can actually walk back those steps by holding Control and hitting the Z button on my keyboard. If I hold down Control and hit the Y key on my keyboard, it goes in the opposite direction and repastes those dollar bills back in. This is really important to remember as I show you how I pulled this effect off. Now back in my footage, all I did was I stepped back by holding the Control and Z key to create the black screen in Paint again. I pulled out my $100 bill, I showed it to everybody, and then I pretended to slap it up onto the screen. I made sure I placed it right about where I remembered the $100 bill on top was. And on my computer keyboard, I hit Control plus Y, and it made the first $100 bill reappear in Paint. Then I just dropped the $100 bill out of my hand, which I did really poorly. I actually had to reach over and remove it from the scene. But I kept my hand on the monitor in the same spot. Then I just pulled my hand away quickly. Now, having that footage, all I needed to do was find the spot where the $100 bill met the screen and the spot where I pulled my hand away quickly and remove everything in between. That made it look like I actually threw the $100 bill into my computer. Now next I pretended like I was outlining and copying that $100 bill, but all I really did was hold the Control key and hit Y again, and it made the second bill appear. My next step was to reach up to the bill at the bottom, put my hand on the edge like I was going to pull it off screen, and then I just brought up a real bill with my left hand and put it right into my fingers. I reached down and I hit the Control Z key to remove that bottom bill from Paint and then pulled my hand away quickly. I repeated the process one more time by reaching up to the second bill, keeping my hand in place and putting a real $100 bill in my hands. I reached down, hit the Control plus Z key to make the top bill disappear, and then pulled my hand away quickly. One thing I noticed is Zach King does this same technique. He moves his hands very quickly to help hide the fact that he's actually fast cutting between two pieces of footage. Once I had that done, I just found the areas where I had handed myself the real $100 bill and removed that section of footage. So now it looks like I'm actually reaching up and pulling real $100 bills right out of my computer. Try this effect at home and see if you can pull it off too. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments section below. And if you want to learn more Filmora tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure to click on the video that's on screen now or the ones I'll pin down below. Peace.